What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. My name is Braden Carlson.
My name is Taylor.
My name is Shane, or as you might know me, Postart.
And I'm Macho Matt.
Yeah, you certainly are. That is something.
Yeah.
We are live, folks. It is another live broadcasted episode, but you're probably not listening to this live unless you are. So take that into consideration. Today, we're revisiting a topic of the live streams that people loved. And if you're not familiar, back in the day when we used to hit the live streams after the podcast and they didn't become podcast episodes like this one is, we did a lot of completely off the rails tier list making that started with rocket motors and evolved into like candy and cereal and soda.
Gas station.
As would happen with any grown men.
Gas station,
But today,
whatever.
Yeah.
Right. We're taking it back to the roots, though. And today, we like to try and keep things relatable and our rocketry exploits. So we decided to rank all of the motors that nobody can afford to fly. So today we're going to do a tier list on all of the Aerotech 98mm motors that are currently in production. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. How's that? Really is advertising for me. Rocket Logs, the app, is now available on the App Store for iOS devices, iPhones, iPads. I know Taylor and Matt already bought it, right?
Cha-ching.
Yeah, they love it.
I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Taylor, you should buy it.
You're an idiot.
Taylor needs it so he can stop sending me messages asking me to look at my videos to see what size ejection charges we used on the big rockets. You can log it rocket-wise with the Rocket Logs app.
Is the ejection charge size in your rocket log?
Yeah. That's why I made it. I made it because I had Google Docs of all this other S, and I was what if
our rockets?
I made up some numbers for the 12-inch Punisher that I think are vaguely close. Yeah, we could talk about that later. But yeah, Rocket Logs is now out for iOS, and this episode comes out, I believe this one's going to be on the 17th. It probably won't be out on Android yet. I'm working on it. I would like to say that it is. Definitely go check if you're listening to this on the 17th, on the release day. But I feel for you Android people. I am an Android people. I have a working test of it on my phone. It's just got some things that I need to work out, and then I got to walk through the whole process of getting it published. The service I used for this app has a really streamlined and simple pass through on getting stuff up on the Apple Store, or the App Store via Apple. That's why it's there. But thank you to everybody who's purchased it so far. We have over 50 Rocket Logs adopters so far. So thank you for effectively making it worthwhile for me to have bought an iPhone just for the purpose of developing the app. So far I've almost broken even. And also I wanted to talk real quick. The Rocketry Holiday Gift Ideas threads are now live on both Patreons. That is patreon.com/rocketvlogs and patreon.com/AGGpod, as well as in the Rocket Vlogs Discord, which the link will be in the description wherever you're listening to this to get to the Discord. Every year we do an episode talking about holiday gift ideas for under $100 or gift ideas for non-rocket people to purchase for rocket people. So you can send the podcast to your family and be like, buy all of this. So we'd love to have your input on all that. You can also send us an email to contact@aggpodcast.com. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, sweet. We have a couple messages from Discord and an email, but we will do those at the end of the show. Right now, it is time to get to the tier list making. If you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, please press the like button. It's a lot more helpful than you might think for getting us out there. And we need all of the rocket people to be fans of the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. And in a similar vein, there's a tipping link there. If you're watching the live stream, feel free to click on that and make a contribution if you'd like to, because the cost of the software used to record the podcast doubled over the past year. So that's cool. Monopolies rule. Anyway, let's talk about 98 millimeter Aerotech motors here, folks, and the best browser RPG if you're watching. That's crazy, dude.
Are you gonna try it? Are you gonna try that?
Let me try something.
Hold on, I was interested in the whiskey ad.
This is so ridiculous. Okay, so I have an ad-free version, but here's the problem. I accidentally already voted on the first one. So hopefully we can all agree on that one because, never mind, there's ads again. But now, this time they're targeted. Well, not very well, though. I don't want a Ram 1500. All right, whatever. We'll just go back to the RPG with the attractive woman cartoon as the ad media there. It pass. I'm Shane, dude.
That's not even what I said.
It's what was going.
While we're waiting, Fishing and Fireworks says, "What's up? Does 24-inch sound like a big enough drogue for a 30-pound rocket?" And under most circumstances, I would say yes.
It's 30 hashtag, by the way.
Thank you.
30 hashtag rocket.
What do y'all think about the N5800? Dude, I want to do a whole podcast episode on all the N5800s. Yeah, dude. We'll do a 98 CTI tier list as well. But it's hard to say what's in production and what isn't with CTI at the moment. Plus, I was like, we can do all the 98s. And then I was like, this is going to take a long time if we do that. So, first, gentlemen, on the list, the almighty Aerotech K1999 Warp 9 single grain 98.
B.
I don't know.
Matt, you gotta think about it. Just think about it.
Just super fast.
Think about it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to.
Here's what I like about it though. It is Warp 9, so it is super fast, but it's still a 4-inch motor, so it's kind of got a long burn time for a Warp 9.
Also, Matt,
have any of y'all launched one?
If you want to play along,
no.
Yeah, you can open up another tab on your browser and go to Thrust Curve.
All right,
and type it as we say each one. You can type it in. You can get an idea for what it's doing.
Is there a thirst curve?
That's what you used to do. Or maybe that's what happened to you. I don't know.
I am inclined to say that a K1999 is A.
I think it's B because I don't like the.
I'm sticking with B.
I don't like the extended burn time of the 98.
Well, that's what makes it cool to me. What I don't like is the 1 grain cases still cost like $400, but I was given one recently.
The value's not great either. I appreciate that it exists though, and it has a good use, but I appreciate the 75 millimeter 1 grain more, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Well, Matt, thoughts? Where are you putting it?
B. I don't know. B, I guess.
Okay, we'll stick with B in that case, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open a new template because I realized it was showing in the corner there. The problem is that these are really hard to see. So there's always something. But we'll be describing it so people don't necessarily need to see. So the K1999 is going in B, begrudgingly to me. Okay.
Oh
man.
In the comments we got, it's the first time I've heard about Warp 9 motors. What exactly does that mean? Who makes them and what are they good for? That is an Aerotech propellant that has basically the highest burn rate that they make. So in mini motors, it burns extremely fast. Being a 1 grain 98, that is a unique case where it burns much more like a normal motor just because of web thickness and that type of thing.
Okay, next on the list, the M1075 dark matter.
I've never actually seen one.
I don't think I have either, but I'm inclined to
Yeah.
just put it in C as a starting point because as much as I want to believe it will be good, if you are relatively new to the podcast, you probably aren't aware of our disdain for like post 2013 Aerotech dark matter motors, but they turn the volume down one way or another.
I'd say post 2017, but yeah. I don't know. I still want to believe though. So
I'm
I
good
would
with
say,
C.
I mean, if it was going to be good, I would say A.
Yeah.
I just feel like B because it's not like the cost factor is a little bit better than the bigger versions. But I'm okay with B or what did you guys say? C or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, I was down
It's
with
B or C, but
Matthew.
I'll say C.
All right. Good thought. We know right where the M1800 is going. The fast blackjack belongs in F for fast, in my opinion.
Yeah.
yeah, it sucks.
Dude, the unbelievable thing about it is just the price. Because what do these motors cost anymore? A 98 4-grain is, let's see,
$800.
for the same price, you can have, well, we'll talk about it. Actually, the next one, M1939. You can have an M1939 for the same price as buying that giant glorified smoke bomb. The one with which I've ever seen try to be flown blew up pretty extravagantly at Balls a couple years ago.
I'm going to put my vote out first.
For the 1939,
I'm going to say S.
I'm going to say A.
Dang.
It's tough because I'm like, man, if you could fly it at true M distance, it is hard to beat.
It is really good, but not
Okay.
impossible to beat based on other motors on this list, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll put it at
I'm glad to hear
A
that.
for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
then-
good with A.
If we can always move it.
I'll buy
Okay,
it.
for example, to my last point, M2500 Blue Thunder is S.
S, yeah.
Yeah.
Just big Blue Thunder is so cool.
Dude,
I'm
that
gonna
motor
say S.
is, every time I see one, I'm just like, my God, that was insane. They're so violent and awesome. Okay, M6000 Super Thunder. This is going to be an interesting one.
I think A.
Real quickly, yeah, I think so too. But real quickly, Gooberlet in the chat says, what are you guys flying the 10-inch Nike Smoke on? We will tell you after we do the tier list. So feel free, if you're watching this live, to ask us any questions. And after the tier list, when we get to the emails and questions segment, we will get back to you. Yeah, I mean, there was a grain revision. We've talked about this a fair bit on the podcast as well. They were blowing up initially. There was a lot of issues with them, but
like one of the coolest Katos I've seen.
yeah, if we want to rate Kato coolness, the M1800 was up there for me. But
post grain revision, you're really just paying for the thrust because you already with the big core didn't get a lot of impulse, and then it took more away after the revision. So,
and that's the thing that it's like $25 more than every other motor in this case
for like considerably like less impulse, a K motor less.
Right. And I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, to a lot of people's point, Neutronium, I don't know if he's in here at the moment, but he was like, when you're buying Super Thunder, you're not buying it for the impulse. You're buying it because of what it is. So with that in mind, I think A is where it belongs, in my opinion.
I
I'm good
agree
with A.
Yeah. Okay.
Matthew?
A. Yeah.
All right.
Dude, I could really use some of that Pepto-Bismol right now.
Yeah. Why are you giving free ads? Already getting them on the YouTube video. Don't go to Pepto-Bismol's website. Go to patreon.com/AGGpod. Aerotech N1000. This is S.
Yeah, I mean, it's sick every time. So I can't
It's sick
deny.
even in the same rocket twice at balls for the past couple of years, both times. I was like,
Yeah.
God, that was so sick. And Matthew loves the N1000 because
it's an awesome motor. It's just really
And
just S class,
also, if you don't face bond the grains, it is like crazy cool.
also
yeah,
one
it
of
was
the coolest
really
Katos.
pretty.
If it's not your rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in a similar vein, N2000. I'm also going to say S for that
Also
motor.
S. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
sounds
seems
so
on its
vanilla, but then
surface-
every time we see one, it's just like so good.
Dude,
I was
yeah,
gonna put it.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna put it for A for awesome, but I think S for super would work too.
S for more awesome.
Super
Dude,
awesome.
it does seem like so basic. I remember when I was younger, Vern had been talking about how he could fly Angel Fire 4 more times on an M for the price of an N. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then he finally flew an N, some amount of years later. And I was older and had a better concept of rocket stuff, but I was like, man, if you're going to do an N, all the things available, why do you do the N2000? And then now I'm like fully on board. It's like, yeah, obviously you do the N2000. If your rocket's too heavy for an N1000, and this is your first venture into flying an N motor, and there's a bunch of CTI motors that I would also love to fly, but like, yes, it's vanilla, yes, it's basic, but Taylor and I have the same experience with this motor that we have every time we see an M1297 or an M1315, where we're both just like, holy ass, what was that? And they're like, oh, it's insert really basic motor on the surface level here. And we're like, wow, those are really good. So I think a lot of people are going to take issue with the N2000 and maybe even the N1000 being up there in S, but I have unfortunate news. You're wrong. N3300, Eric, you're not allowed to vote on this one if you're watching.
I think A.
I think so too. I think
It's
A is
got
where
a
it
good
belongs.
thrust curve. I mean,
Yeah.
visually and noise wise not as good as in 2000, but like I appreciate its thrust curve.
Dude, we are on an elite list of few who have flown the same N3300 2 times.
It was much better the second time.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
Is
when
there
it
anybody
burned.
else on that list?
No, not as far as I know. We
Wow.
gotta be the only ones.
We're good or bad.
Yeah, well, bad in that case, I think. But okay, another F motor here. N2220 dark matter. I feel like I should break down the lore a little bit for those who are unfamiliar with why I so adamantly hate the N2220. Because at LDRS 38 in Argonia, they demoed one, and Taylor and I were like, oh my God, the N2801 is back. It was like brutal, just ruthless and like super throaty. You could feel it in your chest. It was like an iconic classic Sparky motor. So what do? Next year, I get my level 3 and I'm stupid. So my celebration for getting my level 3 was to walk over to Wildman and buy a 9815 360 case because he was doing like 40% off hardware on the field that day. Crazy deal. So I bought it. And just to make everybody upset, I believe that full 98350 with a 9815 360 with a seal disc was $610. And then on Black Saturday, I ordered the N2220. Dude, get ready. Throwback. This isn't even that long ago. This is 2020. I ordered an N2220 and it was $585, dude. Take me back to the good old days. Anyway, I started building a 7.5-inch fiberglass Iris for my level 3 when I was 17 years young. And then it got shelved as I did a bunch of other things with life. And I finally decided I'm going to fly this. I got my level 3. It's time. So Taylor flies in. We go to Bonneville, LDRS 40. And that thing sucked. It was like, it sounded like an M1800. There was nothing there.
It's still maybe the worst one I've ever seen / heard.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it was so bad. Like at the very end of the burn, it was like a little bit. But
just like comically bad. Like we were just like couldn't believe that really was it. in
dude,
motor.
It was the worst. That is some of the best onboard footage I have, and it's even on the rocket wasn't loud. It's like, I was like, wow, great. Now imagine that feeling, but you paid $1,000 for it. The N2220 is F all day long. If you can convince me that 1 out of every 12 sounds okay, I will put it in D. But I just don't know if I believe that that's possible. Owen says, what's up, Braden, and what's up, y'all? What's going on? Thanks for joining us. Oh, Chandler says, you saw my DC twin fly on M4500 and 2 L2500s. You can say I'm a little biased. We'll fly on the M6000 next. Yeah, that was actually insane. That cluster was a madness. Sorry, go ahead, Shane.
I'm going D just because it's not at blackjack level. It still looks good. And I know that is a really low bar for the standard to be at.
Problem is it's $1,100.
Yeah, no, it's too much money for what you get. But I'm like, I'm going to take it over an M1800 every single time.
It's also worth addressing the total impulse while we're sitting here. 10,657 Newton seconds.
Bad.
It's what, a J motor away from being an M? 6 grains of 98. At least let it be worth it if you're going to punish yourself that way. But no, instead you get, it sounds like somebody trying to get a cat to come over to them.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Matthew and Taylor, what are your rankings?
This is for the N2220.
I mean, I
feel obligated. We've been talking about for the past 10 minutes.
I feel obligated to go D, just because it's at least got potential compared to the M1800.
Yeah, I guess so. It can't. You're right. It can't technically be on the same level as the M1800. How did the M1800 not get put on the like seasonal motors list?
I think it's that. Remember that one guy that just says it's his favorite motor? I think it must be that guy.
He's just buying 20 at a time.
Yeah.
That would be obtuse. Matt, are you good with D, or where are you putting it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
The N4000, the sole entrant for the 98 2480 case.
See, I think we may lose people here. I'm not sure. Yeah, I was going to say B.
Yeah, people are going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Like, yeah, ooh, the N2000, that's S, but the slightly bigger, also just white lightning motor. Here's my
interesting, but it's way more expensive. We have to buy way more expensive hardware to fly it, and you get half the burn time, and it doesn't really change the altitude that much. The main benefit is going to be the thrust. So it does have a nice thrust curve, but I don't know that if you factor into the obscene price, I would rather just fly an N2000.
Yeah, and it's like a big price difference. It's like I would rather fly an N2000 and like a 2 grain 98 or a 4 grain 75. Like for the price of this N, you could have an N and an M, basically. See how much this bad B is. Dude, did you see the 1620 is the price of that thing?
1620 for the N4000?
Yeah.
Yikes. What's the price for an N2000?
An N2000 is
like 1100,
1094.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
$500 left on the table. You could get an M1315.
$500 for what, like 400 Newton seconds? 500 newton
Yeah,
seconds?
plus then you're buying a $45,000 case.
3,000.
Oh,
Wow.
3,000 what?
I accidentally said 300, I think, newton seconds, but it's 3,000 more for $500.
Yeah, that's kind of not a very good deal because, like, for $577, you could have a 7680 load. We talked about. No, we haven't talked about any of these yet. But I mean, you could have 6,500 newton seconds for that money instead and not have to buy another case that you don't own. If you've got a really heavy rocket with a single 98, there you go, and 4,000. But I'm saying B, Taylor's saying B, Shane, Matt.
I'm good with B.
B
Matt.
works for me.
The audience right now,
Oh, what? Everyone.
they hated him because he was right. L2500, Super Thunder.
I think,
Dude,
A.
I was gonna say
I was gonna say A.
A is good, but I'm almost inclined to put this one in S just from thinking about seeing this at L distance.
Yeah, I just don't think I have yet. So Or
All right, well, let's
maybe we
order
saw
some,
one.
dude. Black Friday. Get ourselves L2500s for the 50s pads. It'd be so nuts.
that
dude.
would be so crazy.
Matt, A?
Yeah. I'm terrible at this. I'm very sorry. I'm trying to play along, but yeah, okay, all right.
You're not supposed to acknowledge your shortcomings, Matt. You're supposed to just own it and be like, yes, of course I agree with that.
All right, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Never admit you're wrong, Matt.
All right.
Never admit you're wrong.
I haven't done anything wrong in my life.
M1340. This is the DMS M1419.
B? I don't really
think-
have a good reason for that, but
Let's first, okay. Yeah, this is what I want to address. M1419, Taylor. What do you rank that motor?
that's tough. I mean,
okay, that's a
it's
little
still
less
big-
direct than I thought it was going to be, but
it's somewhere around A or B. I think A, because it's still
Okay,
98
that's-
White Lightning.
that was my thinking too. And for that reason, you can't really rate the M1340 lower.
Yeah.
That
I
just
guess
doesn't
so.
seem reasonable to me at this point because the DMS stuff is almost the same price now. Let's see, how much is this guy? I think it's in the picture. 635 versus 577. So,
Oh, wow. Yeah,
another
that's not that
$60.
different.
So I think I'm A for sure is where I would put the M1419. So I think by that logic, if everyone's on board with A for the M1419, we kind of have to have M1340 there as well.
Yeah, of course.
See, Matt knows what he's talking about. That is clear. Shane,
Yeah,
you look-
I'm good with that.
all right.
Crazy that prices are so high that 7680 loads sound reasonable.
I know. You're like, wow, only $600. That's actually pretty. Maybe I'll take 3. Okay, this one could be divisive again. The 5500. I think this is going in S for a lot of people, but I think personally, the price tag and the assembly process force it down to A. This would be the first time I'm putting a propellant X motor not in S on any of these tier lists.
I mean, purely on its performance, it's definitely S. If we're
Yeah.
factoring in price, it goes into A because it's
Yeah,
I think-
it's so unreasonable that we cannot even consider it, even as a group.
Right. Yeah.
It's like the only motor that it's not even on the table as a possibility
Yeah.
without someone just like saying that
Going
they're
into
going to pay
depth.
for a big portion of it.
We don't
Right.
bring it up for a cluster flight as anything other than a joke.
Yeah, the real hurtful reality is that we could, the 4 of us, buy an 5500 or each have an M1939. That is chaos. Not quite.
I mean, how much does
guess,
one
but,
cost?
Like, right
Is
there.
it like $2,500 bucks?
They're $3,000.
Yeah.
So we could we could almost have 3 N2000s.
Yeah, well, it's 2,700 from Tim. So, okay.
Okay, so two N2000s and some change.
Right. That could fly the Arcus with the twin 98s. Or we could each have an M1419 and a J350. Can I tell you something?
A little care package.
The more I'm like, man, flying the big rockets, sick. But then when I start thinking about it like that, I'm like, what if we just like we each had an M and 3 Ks instead of flying the Punisher one time. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, I mean, that sounds kind of cool.
But then we fly it and we get the drug. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It is a potent drug. And
then we get back on our BS again.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we start planning the 20K flight, which is something I want to address for a second here. And I know Matt is going to agree. One of my big disdains for the 5500 is the existence of the 3400, because even with CTI's crazy prices right now, I don't know if Tim has any discount on this stuff. Let me see what it says on the website. Woo! Okay, that's a little bit less enticing to me. 2156 for an 3400. 21,062 Newton seconds. Okay. And then 21,384 Newton seconds. So you got 100 or 320 more Newton seconds out of the 5500. But
for $600 more.
$600 more, and it is like a foot longer.
Yeah.
And it is, I believe, heavier. Don't quote me on this. 16.8 kilograms for the 3400, and the 5500
does have the nastiest thrust curve, though.
It's like the same weight, roughly. But that foot, we saw it in person, what that extra foot does to altitude if your goal is altitude. Hertz rocket did what, 70,000 feet on an 3400? Or 60,000. He was like just short of the record. What's the O-motor record? I don't even know.
I think it's 60.
But Chris Phillips flew an 5500 right after him, and it was, not to sound like I'm dogging Chris over here, but it was substantially lower, and the motor cost more. I mean, yeah, you can't get an 3400, but the fact that sometimes you can. And like at this point, if I order an 5500 directly from Aerotech and an 3400 directly from CTI, who's to say which one comes first? So neither one of them's really just in stock at the moment, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take the 3400. Plus,
yeah,
I really like the way IMAX looks.
Dude, I wish I've seen an 5500. That thing sounds pretty awesome.
Don't you mean you love the times that you have seen one, Matt?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
I didn't add it to my motors I like list. That's why I don't remember it.
Well, it's probably because it cost $3,000.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, he's got Garmin money.
But there's...
no.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Matt, will you buy us one for the Punisher?
Negative.
Dude, should we just like hedge right now and order an 3400 for the 20,000 foot flight?
Is there one in stock?
No, but like we could just order it.
Oh, I see.
And just like hope it comes and then not fly the rocket otherwise. It's a damn shame we don't know anybody that just has one. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next item here, the L400, the Moonburner 2 grain, which is such a goofy motor.
The cut from the motors that went to seasonal. Are people buying this? I've never seen one.
I've never seen one either, except for Chris Short had one for sale. And I was like, I kind of want it, but like I flew the L952, which is the seasonal center like core burning White Lightning for this same case in my 5-inch Punisher, which is not a heavy rocket for an L motor. And I don't know if I would fly it on any less like off the pad than that. It really didn't get out of there too quickly at LDRS this year. So, yeah, I don't know, dude. The L400 is really not practical in almost any sense.
How long does it
be
burn
like a
for?
paper Magnum?
Yeah, or like a sustainer. But why are you doing a 2-grain 98 sustainer? It burns for 12.2 seconds. That is pretty awesome. But again, there's not like really a use for it.
I think, what about in like short, stubby somethings?
It's not going to be good for off the pad.
Yeah, like,
That's
I mean,
fair.
maybe like a Stinger. I don't know, like a very modified mini mag. Like Kyle could put one in his mini mag.
Basically, put it in a paper rocket, and it'll be cool.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I'd probably say, honestly, I think I'd be more excited to see one of these than I would to see N4000. So I almost want to say A, but I think it's got to be B, right? It's right there with the K1999.
I'm good with that.
I say
yeah.
B.
Matt, what do you think?
I'd say B.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
it's-
time to split some hairs over these next three, dude. M1600 Redline.
B.
Yeah, B for me too.
Yeah. Yeah, right below the N3300. Just a little bit below it, yeah.
Little bit below.
I'd put it between. You need to move it over to the left a
Actually,
little bit.
I don't know. I mean, it's a fine
there you go.
motor. I would almost put it at C, though. It is just,
I almost would too, honestly, but
it's just not that. I would never buy one, basically. Whereas those other motors
Yeah,
on
I
B, I would buy it.
right. The K1999.
So that might put it down
I mean,
to C.
You would buy an N4000.
over an M1600? Yes, probably.
Yeah, there's a better. I would be more. I just have. There's like, it would have to be almost like such a good deal that I couldn't refuse it for me to get an M1600. I would never seek that out. There's a scenario where I had like a heavy, super heavy rocket or something where I'm like, I need the N4000. There's no need for the M1600.
Matt, you're gonna have to be the deciding factor here. I mean, I'm willing to put it in C as well.
I say let's put it. We need to fill out the C. Let's. We gotta Gaussian distribute this.
Well, we can throw another one right in here. The M1845 New Blue Thunder. I would put as C.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
good performance, but man, underwhelming. The ones I've seen.
Taylor?
Yeah, you don't see this
Are
motor
you
a lot in
biased
general.
against that propellant?
Yes, but because it's underwhelming.
He's admitted recently, though, that it's not. I mean, real Blue Thunder's not quite doing it like it used to either.
No. But it's still doing it. It still makes more noise than the M1845.
Yeah, I'm saying C. Like I
Yeah, I'd go C.
don't care too much about.
I'm not
this
going to
guy.
buy one once again.
Postart says C. I say C.
All right, M2100 Poison Factor D.
F.
Is it a Mojave Green?
F. That's crazy, dude.
It's
People are
it's
gonna take
lower
us out.
than 2220 to me. It's M1800 level.
No way. That is insane.
I think C is fair. It's just kind of like the other ones. It's fine, but I don't care.
Matt, you gotta be a tiebreaker here. We have C, D, and F.
D's looking lonely. Let's get some D on there.
All right. All right. M2400 Blue Thunder. I'm saying A because it's not quite an M2500.
I agree. Still very good, but not quite
Oh yeah.
as gnarly as the 2500.
And finally, wait, I kind of just overrode everybody else. Shane, Matt, M2400.
No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
A.
I don't care. M4500.
You're so considerate.
I think this
Super
belongs
Thunder.
in S.
I do too.
Oh,
It's just a good form factor, like good thrust to cost ratio. They're sick.
There's no bias from me and Taylor to the fact that we've flown and drag raced them.
what is this motor?
The M4500 Super Thunder, the 3-grain one.
Super Thunder.
I think I'd lean towards A.
Wow, it's very short burn time.
Yeah, the 4500 should give that away. Of course, you knew that.
Yeah, I did know that.
You knew the S out of that.
I did.
You got to make the call, Matt. A or S?
S class. It's S. There's too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the wrong response, but okay.
There's too many in A. Okay, well, folks, there you go. That is our tier list in S to review. We have the M2500, N1000, N2000, M4500. In A, M1939. Ooh, we were going to revisit that. I almost... no, it's fine. I think it needs to be an A.
Yeah.
Just because, like, some people will fly them and try to argue that it's technically an N, so they've flown an N. And
those people are the worst, dude.
Yeah, it's awful.
God, they don't shut up about it.
M6000, N3300, L2500, M1419, M1340, O5500. That one's going to stir the pot. And the M2400 rounding out A. B, we have the K1999, N4000, and L400. C, the M1075, Dark Matter, M1600 Redline, and the M1845 New Blue Thunder. D, begrudgingly the N2220 Dark Matter, because it belongs in F in my opinion, but M2100 down there with it. And finally, holding up the F category, the M1800 Fast Jack. And I know a lot of people are like, well, it's still a 98. And I'm like, no, it's not good enough. It is not good enough. So let me copy the link. Now this is the fun part. We get to see what you guys said. So for those unaware, when we do these tier lists, I put up a live tier list making poll in the Discord so that you all can play along.
And every single time we get hurt by things that you rank too low, in our opinion. or far too high.
Strangely too high, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and
does anybody,
we're
before I pull this up,
with this,
does anybody want to guess what motors made the S tier by popular vote?
O5500, N4000.
I think that wound up in A.
I think.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up. I will say I'm starting at the bottom. The people prevailed for us. The M1800 is indeed in the F category. I think this is
belongs.
Finally the first time we've, like, with the populace, agreed on a motor being F. This is groundbreaking.
Wait,
that is a powerful statement.
Are those only one vote on it?
There's not. It's total.
I see.
Total votes.
How did it wind up in F if only one person voted it in F? And also, who put it in S?
I don't know. I don't know what this chart is showing, but I think it's specifically this motor.
Okay.
Oh,
all right. So the M1800 in F. In C, the M1340 in the L400, which doesn't make any sense because the M1419 should be right next to its identical motor. L400 being in C is tough, but fair. B, M1600 Redline. B as in BS. Am I right? E5, L2500, M1845, and the M1419, which is offensive, first of all. A, K1999. Okay,
wow.
That was my initial vote. M1939, of course. M2500 being an A.
Crazy.
Have you ever seen one?
Yeah.
Come on.
that hurts.
This is disrespectful. People are like, why do you guys do these tier lists if all you do is cry about what we ranked everything? A, M2100 green.
No.
Can you click on that and we can see how the votes went down?
Yeah.
that doesn't seem
D, there was
legal.
6 A votes. B was 4. C was 2. D was 1.
Are we the D?
No, we didn't do the live one. M2400 in A. Okay. And God forbid, the N2220 Dark Matter with 3 S votes, by the way. I ask again, have you ever seen one?
What's the lowest vote on there?
F 3 times.
Yes.
People are smart.
Wow.
Shout out to all the F and D voters on the N2220. You know what's real. I 100% think that they were like, I don't know if I've ever seen one, but I know what Braden wants to hear, so we're just gonna go with that. Okay, and rounding it out in S, unsurprisingly,
Wow, a lot of S.
5500,
Yeah.
M6000, N2000, M4500, N1000, N3300, and N4000.
I can't really argue with the S category too much. I mean,
Yeah. Like, our qualms with the O 5500 and the N4000 are fairly negligible. And for the fact that when we've done these other tier lists, we've put the i600 in S and the K1275 in S, it would stand to reason that we would put the other really long redline motor in S. But
the only reason I would say not is because the N2000 is so good.
which I'm glad people at least agreed with that. I was ready for people to be like, yeah, it's C. The average vote, though, does put the N2000 in A. And let's see what's the most offensive in here. Average vote puts, hey, 4,500 above 6,000. We're on board with that. 220 in B on the average vote. So, okay, yeah, I'm on board with all of that. Well, folks, we did it. The 98 millimeter Aerotech motor tier list. Let's catch up on some of the chat stuff. The Mystical Badger says, have you done a 54 millimeter tier list? We've done 54 1706 and 54 2560, I believe. Did we do 2560? Or did we do... Oh, maybe not. Maybe we just did... I think we did a 1706. We did 38 720.
We maybe did a 6-grain one?
Oh, we did K motors.
Oh, yeah.
We did a K motors tier list, and that's where the K1275 came in. We did 38 720, 54 1706, 75 5120. And then all the 98s, because none of them really have like that level of motor availability for one case. But yeah, we've done quite a few of them. Rafe 0921 says, my dream motor is a K455. That is a great motor. That and the K375. Super sick. David, I'm going to just say your last name, sorry. With these prices, when does AGG start casting their own? Phenomenal question. The answer is sometime, perhaps. And Canadian Sig says, no love for Loki. On the Aerotech 98mm tier list, no, there is not. Robert Ben says, I'm going to have to fly one to see one. And yeah, Ethereal Swordsman got us. This was only Aerotech. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, Loki also doesn't really have that much in the world of 98s, do they? He demoed the white one for the CTI case, the N5500.
Yeah, which that's the only one currently.
No, there's the N3800 Loki white for the 98-12.5 snap ring case. That's 4-grain, presumably. Here's a little bit of an issue I'll take up with that, though. The $1,185 price tag or the $2,200 price tag for the N5500. But anyway, we've got a couple messages. Bad idea from Discord says, just a note, y'all, since this has come up twice on the podcast lately, you cannot stick 38mm lock tubing into an Estes BT60 as used by the Star Orbiter. BT60 and 38mm tubing have roughly the same OD, though BT60 is much thinner. What you can do is line the BT60 body tube with BT60 coupler stock, which is roughly the idea of a 38mm tube, And between the BT60 and the coupler stock, you effectively have the same thing as 38mm tubing. Balsa Machining Service sells BT60 coupler in 34-inch lengths for a great price. There you go. That's some good clarity to have. If you'll recall, I recommended people buy a Star Orbiter or two if it's within their budget, because I do want to do a contest with them. I was calling it Shrestis, where we see who can fly. I haven't really decided yet, highest or fastest. Fastest would be the one that makes the most sense, right? For it to be called Shrestis, but then everybody has to have an accelerometer, which is not like the most affordable method. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Total Impulse is still going to be willing to throw some damage around. But anyway, a stock and then super stock class where you can do like plywood fins and double wall couplers and stuff like that. And then we've got an email from, I believe I'm pronouncing this right, and Taylor will know why, from Ingve Trang. Taylor's probably the only one that knows why I might know how to pronounce that name. But shout out to the guitar nerds out there. Hopefully that's a correct pronunciation. They write, "Hello, I've just listened to the episode with Julian about breaking all illusions. We launched one of John DeMar's 03800s on the 98.6 grain XL at FAR in June. Our nozzle was also really tight, and we did something similar to Julian, just opposite. We put the casing vertically with the nozzle just sitting on a piece of wood on the floor. Then 2 to 3 of us just hung body weight onto the top edge of the casing until it gave in and popped the nozzle in. It was terrifying when we went in the last inch or so at once." Yeah, that's how we did Shane's 03400 as well.
Yeah. And it was scary as H.
Yeah, because it is not a cheap motor. But
Nope.
I asked people to write in with their experience with the 98mm nozzles, and there you go. Okay. Well, if you have any more questions, ask them in the chat. Let's talk about what we've got going on a little bit, gentlemen. Midwest Power is coming up. We had someone ask earlier, what are we flying the Nike Smoke on? It's an M1939 and 4 K540 metal storms. Sorry, not dark matters. Weather permitting, which, did you see the high on Sunday in the forecast currently?
Yeah, the
haven't
bottom
looked.
falls out.
Oh,
It's a
39.
classic Midwest Power forecast. I mean,
dang.
It was
it's so
bad.
predictable.
Oh,
It's
Gabriel-
like maybe okay Friday. It's going to rain on Saturday, and then it's full on winter on Sunday.
Yeah.
Come on. 21 degrees.
Gabriel Josen from the chat says, I flew an M1600 for my level 3. As much as I love that motor, it's understandable why it lands in B. Hey, there we go. Would also love to fly a Loki motor. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Loki motors are awesome. They make really good stuff, but it is pricey and not quite so widely available. But M1650 is one of my favorite motors. There's one for sale loaded in a case right now. I was really tempted to
I
buy
saw
it.
it. Yeah.
And then sell the case afterwards, because it's a really good deal if you can manage to get a decent amount of money for the case. Anyway, let's talk about what you guys got going on. Matt, you alluded earlier that you've been working on what was it? Pulling your shirt up on camera?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's exactly what it. No, I'm in the process of building the featherweight F1 rocket, and I'm trying to make a little build video, trying to go for like minimal editing and all that stuff.
Sort of like a Adam Savage one day build kind of thing.
Kind of. I mean, it'll be more than one day, but yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I've been really blown away by the kit. I'm just amazed by like everything's included in the package. It's super light. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm hoping I make it all the way through.
You're gonna try and have it ready for Distant Thunder or Cloudburst or something?
No, I'm gonna try to have it ready for Midwest Power.
Oh, no way.
Whoa.
So
Yeah,
it'll fly at Distant Thunder or Cloudburst or something?
No.
Well, I mean, you can have the rocket ready. It's not going to make the clouds ready. Is all I'm saying.
I seriously, I'll just put something small in it.
C65.
All right. Dude,
Yeah.
one of the 1 grain 2940 120 loads.
Sure.
Do an F motor. Well, that's cool. I'm excited to see that. I'm sure the AGG people are gonna love to see another Matt build experience. Did I upload the video of you working on the Punisher on the AGG channel? If not, I definitely should.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Good.
Well, I think that was the one with me forgetting to put in the colloidal silica and the
right.
epoxy.
Yeah, when you
It was.
water thin epoxy.
Yeah. Water.
Yeah.
That was amazing, dude.
Water does
Truly
wonders.
unbelievable.
Taylor, what have you been working on?
Man, a lot of stuff. Just every night in the garage till like late, just grinding her out. Last Saturday, I spent like 5 hours loading motors.
Oh man.
Crazy.
And it turns out
Lot
my
of-
motor was missing stuff, so that's cool.
Yeah, I stole it from one of my motors. Smoke grain is into the ether, so I don't know. I'll have to figure. I looked everywhere. It doesn't appear that I have it here, but I guess it could be hiding somewhere. What's weird is I don't see any tape on the box. Usually it's taped to one of the grain boxes. So it's like it must have been separate somehow.
Yeah, I think I remember it being separate actually, but I know I had it there. I didn't see it anywhere here though either. What
Did you look
if
in
it's
your-
just in my rental car?
I thought about that. So yeah, I loaded all the motors. I've been repairing the Sumo, the big upscale Sumo that I zippered at NSL, and that has been taking a lot of time just because I want the it's funny because it's just basically replacing part of the tube, but I just accepted that there's a good chance it'll zipper again possibly. And so I'm just I epoxied a coupler in, cut off the bad part of the tube, or cut off the zippered part, epoxied in a coupler, and then I'm just going to bolt on a piece of phenolic that's removable. And that's actually, that way I don't have to repaint the entire rocket also, which is I really didn't want to do.
That's fair.
And so I just finished it today. It just looks like it's just another joint in the tube. So it's not completely seamless, but it looks good. I still got to put the decal on. All that work, and it probably won't fly this weekend, but that's okay.
Dude, at least now you have like a zipper specific crumple zone that you can just like keep replacing. That's good. Are you gonna put the fireball in it?
No. I thought about it. No, what sucks is
needs it.
When I glassed the tube, I meant to do the hose clamp anti-zipper thing. That's where you get like a giant hose clamp and you kind of like Dremel a groove for it to go in at the end of the tube, and then you fiberglass over it, and it keeps the tube from zippering. But I forgot to do that, and so I was just like,
I've never known of anybody dremeling a groove into it, if I'm honest. It's just cutting off the worm mechanism and tacking it with C8 and glassing over it.
I guess it depends how seamless you want it to be.
How dedicated you are to the craft.
Yeah. And so then I've just been like painting or like fixing other damaged rockets to make them look less crappy, which is, it's kind of a waste of time, but also like it's the type of thing that will never get done until I put pressure on myself to do it. So
Mini Mag's included, right?
Dude,
yeah,
tell me
Mini
about
Mag.
it.
Yeah.
Mini Mag has paint on it that kind of doesn't match. We need to get it dirty.
Oh yeah.
It needs to get dirty. The fresh paint just looks really good, like different color compared to the really worn paint.
Why don't you just follow the masking line of the blue and only respray the silver? so that all the silver matches and then the blue doesn't have anything else to match.
What do you mean?
Repaint all the silver and just mask off all the blue.
Oh, you mean all of it?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to take the decal off.
So don't. Mask her up.
Oh,
Wow. Dude, maybe
that's way too much work.
I'll just rub some dirt in it.
Maybe your mini mag will get dirty.
It looks good enough the way it is.
What are you suggesting, Matt?
I'm saying maybe his mini mag will get dirty bumping into other mini mags on the way up. You know what I'm saying?
We're taking the rail with it.
Yeah, let's do that again.
Imagine it does it again.
Oh no! Oh, that reminds me. I need to put my retainers in.
The small sumo, I broke that fin a while ago and never fixed the paint, so I finally did that and it actually turned out really good. I kind of just masked off the area that was damaged and then like was really careful when I sanded to repair it so it didn't take up too much of the other paint, and then I just resprayed the colors with the same stuff, and there's just a very faint tape line, but you can't really tell. And then the Nike Smoke, I'm repainting it. It all turned out good except for the yellow fin needs resprayed because it just was kind of a disaster, but the rest of it looks good.
Did you repaint all of the white, or are you just doing the fins and then respraying the white around them?
I did all the white on the booster.
That's crazy, but all right. I guess there was some runs that we don't really know how they got there, but there was some.
It just I had to kind of sand the fins, and it got into a lot at the bottom, and then the rest of it, when you look, I'm just like, it kind of didn't look that good. There was a lot of texture, and it was just like, well, if I'm going to redo the bottom part, it wouldn't not really going to be any more effort. Just do a light sand to take those runs out or whatever, and respray that too. So,
yeah, that's fair. Huh. Well, that'll be interesting. The colors do look better. You were right. I went and looked at the Patreon. That's patreon.com/AGGpod for those curious. Dude, my rocketry week has been pretty interesting. But first, let me read a couple of comments here. Garage Man Cave says, any mention of the Cause in O10,000? No, we were only doing Aerotech stuff, but legendary motor. Almost as legendary as the Cosdo 1000, which is, of course, what Ricky Gervais from Twisted Sister flew. Ethereal Swordsman says, I also love Loki's cocktail motors. I desperately want a proper purple propellant still. Me too, dude. Can we talk Robert DeHate into the continuation of the purple parrot development? That would be so crazy.
That would be sick.
And Gabriel is back, says Taylor gave me inspiration to make my own sumo. There you go. I've been building a 5.5-inch composite warehouse Patriot, and it's sick right now. There's a bunch of West 410 over the fillets because I've been building it with structural epoxy, aeropoxy, I mean. I think I'm going to test a little bit of a theory on my next build, which I'm trying to decide if it's going to be my second coming of the 4-inch Punisher or my sick, awesome Dynacom Scorpion that I got to match my sick, awesome Eric's Delamar that I also have. But I think what I'm going to do is build the fin can and then pull it out the back like we do. And then I'm going to use the thinner aeropoxy because it's not like thin. It will run through big holes if there are any, but it's not like West Systems. It's almost like West 610 almost, but a little bit thinner than that. And I'm going to degas it and just pour it straight in and then do like tiny to no external fillets. Wherein the idea is that the internal fillets are more important than the external ones because you're not dealing with the misshapenness and weakened structure of the tube for having fin slots in it. So it'll be interesting. to say the least. And hopefully it doesn't just break a fin off and then be absolutely impossible to repair, because I might cry a little if that's the case, which is why I'm more inclined to do it with the Punisher, because it has way thicker fins. How's the pink propellant from CTI? There isn't any, but their pink motors do have 4 blue grains and a red one. That's why they're all 5 grains. They're some of my favorite motors, but it's not really pink propellant. Also, I went to a hobby store and they had an Aerotech Aero and then a Quest by Enerjet quad motor cluster thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got 424s. Yeah. So they're like, oh, you can put 4 E15s in here. And I was like, all right, well, I'm kind of interested in that actually. But I had to call the guy at the shop over and ask if the prices that were on them were legit. And he's like, yeah, it's just, nobody wants to go out to these clubs and stuff, and there's nowhere to fly these big ones around here. We don't even have the motors for them. I was like, certainly, you are correct. Nobody wants these. I will take them off your hands. And they were each priced at $10, dude. $10. I got an Aerotech Aero for $10.
That's crazy.
Nice.
I was like, are you assing me? So I gotta build
really
that
awesome.
thing too. The
Being
Aero
drag
is,
race.
you have a regular one, huh?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I haven't built it yet, but I
Well,
bought
me
it.
neither, but now we both have inspiration to do so. It worked really well when I built my Beaumark and then you built yours.
It's almost done, and by done I mean started.
Wow.
Dude, it's just like the iPhone. You paid full price and then
Yeah.
8 months later I paid a quarter. Not even a quarter. Literally a tenth.
That reminds me, I also fixed the stupid electronics bay on the Skeeter.
Oh yeah.
Printed up
Nice.
a much better thing here.
The unthreading ASMR. That's fun.
Yeah,
that was
nice.
actually a good noise. Put that back
so
in.
it
Let's do one of those
doesn't
clean.
Twist the wires.
This is for Matt. Mine's
Thank you.
installed. And then I fixed the big fat boy bulk plate. I ground the whole thing out and then moved it up like 3 inches.
You ground the whole thing out?
Yep.
No wonder
Dude,
you've been in the
what?
garage till
Yeah.
super late. Doing full blown surgery in there.
Dude, I had to do it.
Wow.
Oh, that is chaos. David says, my wife is obsessed with flamingos, so I'm working out plans to do a pink/black rocket. Figured a pink K would be the cherry on top. I agree. I've flown the M1675 pink twice, and I love that motor. Postart, what have you been working on?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
All right.
Wow.
Well, I think that's pretty much going to bring it to an end then, right, gentlemen? I'll see you at Midwest Power in a few days.
Yeah.
Unless our flight gets canceled.
Dude, don't forget to bring some like heavy clothes, what the
Yeah,
weather
I'm
going to be
bringing
like.
40 sweatshirts.
Yeah,
Dude, I told Shane, I was like, whatever you're planning on packing, I encourage you to reconsider and maybe go a little more heavy-handed. So,
I think I still
Yeah.
have the hand warmers in the van
Yeah.
from last year.
yeah, that was fun.
Gonna need
dude,
'em.
I remember last year being outside of Tim's place and it was like 45 and we were like, it's pretty chilly out and raining. You
Dude,
gonna
that was
drop me into
miserable.
the 20s? I'm leaving. I'm going to go sit in the American football and just
Ooh.
crash
Wow. You have a
at
hot tub,
8:30
don't they?
p.m. Yeah, but that's not actually where we're staying. Remember?
What?
No,
Oh.
okay, I'll tell you afterwards. Oh, and dude, I think I'm getting a new rocket. It will have already been decided by now, but we're going to scrub our bonus day in Chicago and we're going to drive to Tim's and do a how it's made type video on making a Wildman rocket.
Sweet.
And I'm probably going to get a sick new rocket that I'll tell you guys about after this. But first, I have to tell you all, thank you for listening to the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. My name is Braden Carlson. You can find me right here on YouTube at Rocket Vlogs. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Rocket Vlogs Official. and Rocket Vlogs, respectively. Personal Instagram is BigB1011, and that's all I got.
My name is Taylor. You can find me on YouTube at The Rocket Channel.
My name is Shane. You can find me on YouTube at Postart Propulsions or on Instagram at Shane Harris Photo.
And my name badge, I'm Matt, and you can find me right here.
Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and whatever else. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please press the like button beneath the video. It helps out a lot. Tell your friends to check out the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. That's us. We're the Anti-Gravity Group. And this is the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. And we will see you all next time.
We might just hear from Nigel the Rocket Cat. Load up the professional masterpiece, you can bet on that. A launch and a chat with them is guaranteed to be a blast. It's the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. Ooh.